Mr Speaker, I'm very pleased to stand here this afternoon at this budget debate in the third reading of the Appropriation Supplementary Estimates Supply Bill. Sir, New Zealanders want a government that is dependable, one that they can trust, one that is moving in the right direction, one that is not lurching to distinctly different policies that have a maybe chance of success, but one who understands how economies work, that is making incremental improvements every day of every week. And so this government is that government, led by strong and stable leadership of the Prime Minister John Key, also by Deputy Prime Minister Bill English, who for 6 budgets has produced incremental improvements that has seen the New Zealand economy through tremendously difficult international and complex difficulties, has seen the New Zealand economy come into strong growth that we believe in returning a national government to the Treasury benches, we will be able to bed that growth in over the years to come. We have a business growth agenda that has 350 different initiatives, and well over half of those have been completed or are well underway. And every single one of these is bringing some positive change and assistance to our economy. And that's what I mean, sir. When we have such a number, what it shows is the depth of understanding of the economy, led by Economic Development Minister Stephen Joyce and the team that support and surround him. And we understand that with 350 different initiatives, that every sector of New Zealand society is touched by these improvements. And so what we're seeing is a recovery that is gathering pace all around this nation. Sir, the government has made good progress in delivering on its economic objectives for this term, and that progress will continue should we have that privilege of governing for another term. For example, New Zealand's economy has grown by 3.8% in the year to March. This is one of the highest growth rates among the world's developed economies. Our 3.8% annual growth compares with 3.5% in Australia, 2% in the United States, and 0.9% in the euro area. Why growth is so important is because employers out there in our industries and our workplaces, as they see their businesses growing and expanding, as they see their cash flows improving, they start to think that the future is looking brighter. They start to think that there's an opportunity where they can employ somebody to continue the growth they're experiencing. And so employment starts to increase, unemployment starts to decrease. And so we have seen exactly that. In the past year alone, an extra 84,000 jobs were created across New Zealand. And so the good news is that Treasury forecasts another 172,000 jobs to be created over the next 4 years. Sir, we see that this comes about not by magic, not by a government department or a minister fabricating jobs or creating further government employees as what happened under the previous government, but it's confidence. Sir, it is confidence. It is confidence in the economy. It's confidence in the economy that private sector employers can go out there and take that step and give somebody a go. You know, one of the groups, sir, that suffers most through difficult times are the school leavers. Those who leave school at 17 or 18 and don't have experience in the workforce. When somebody advertises for somebody with experience, well, none of them qualify. And so they are the cohort of people out there who have the highest unemployment. So some of our measures, the 90-day probation measure that we put not only for small and medium enterprise businesses, but sir, wider than that, enables employers to give those young people a chance. And so even though that may be decried by some quarters, we understand their philosophical point of view. Our figures tell us that in the first year of that piece of legislation, 13,000 new jobs were created by employers stepping out and taking that chance. And I know many of them in my own electorate and who have said that that made a difference for them. Certainly, sir, it made a difference for those young people who are struggling to find employment. Sir, Budget 2011 forecast 171,000 jobs to be added to the economy by mid-2015, mid-next year. The latest Household Labour Force survey confirms we are on track to meet this forecast, including the 84,000 new jobs created in the past year alone. There have been 131,000 jobs created since Budget 2011. So, sir, I believe that the people of New Zealand who are riveted to this budget debate can have confidence, sir, that those things which have been forecast are coming to pass. And that's what I mean, sir. You know, if you need to be a student of history in many regards, somebody who's interested in politics and what's happening, you can see over time those incremental improvements and increases, the buoyancy and the effect of our economic plan is creating for New Zealanders. And so these new jobs, they are helping to bring down unemployment, which Treasury forecasts to fall to 4.4% by mid-2018 from 6% currently. When economies grow, sir, what also happens is that not just jobs are created, but jobs or people receive higher wages. And we know in New Zealand that is very important. It's one of the reasons why we are seeing people return to New Zealand, because of the opportunities that exist here when other countries like the USA, Australia and the Euro are not seeing that same increase. So, sir, average wages have increased by around $3,000 in the past 2 years to nearly $55,700, and they are forecast to grow to $62,300 by 2018. Why this is important, not just because people want to earn better wages, because we know that we have this tsunami of silver coming towards us as the population of this country ages, that we need to be a high-wage economy in order to support the retired and the elderly, sir, of our population adequately in ways which we expect, sir. So, in my last couple of minutes, it's good to reflect the positive progress that this government has brought to this country. And it's been progressively through 6 strong, well-led, well-managed budgets, and Budget 2014 continues on that same vein. Sir, where we see new jobs being added, where we see low cost of living increases, these are also helping New Zealand families to get ahead. Inflation was just 1.6% in the year to June, well below the average weekly wage increase of 3.2% in the latest statistics. So, sir, New Zealanders can feel, I believe, a degree of confidence going forward. So people can plan for their future, not rashly, but they can have confidence that there are opportunities that are increasing for employment and for the prosperity of this nation that is coming up. More Kiwis know they've got a brighter future here in New Zealand. They are voting with their feet and coming home. Just last month, sir, more stayed. We had net increase here in this country in June. There was no net loss of New Zealanders to Australia in June, the first time this has happened since 1991. Under Labour, sir, we know 3,000 New Zealanders a month left for Australia. But, sir, under this government, they're deciding to stay. I'm very, very happy to commend this budget to the House. Thank you.
I call Jacinda Ardern.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's my
pleasure to give a contribution on this appropriations debate. And, you know, I think that we should hark back on what the leadership recently of that national government recently said when